was coaching at Cal State Bakersfield, I sat in the stands of the state meet watching a young man from San Diego High School take 4th in the state at 189 pounds. His name was Neal. And we wanted to recruit him, and we were fortunate enough to do so. And we recruited him, and he won a couple of national championships. But 5 years later, I was in the Atarik Sports Arena in Ankara, Turkey, watching him defeat the Turk in one of the most hostile European wrestling environments known to man, and then slaying the Russian for the World Championships. 4th in the state of California. 5 years later, he's a world champion. Amazing experience for me. And 4 years after that, I went to Miami, Florida, the Joe Robbie Stadium, and watched him win a world championship as he protected Tom Brady. I feel like a blessed man to have that experience. Neal, thank you.
Yeah, feel free if you have to leave. I'm used to it from wrestling. Everyone's leaving when the heavyweights are wrestling. It's not going to hurt my feelings at all. And Coach Pope here, man, I hate speaking after him because I'm never going to get even close to that. But, real quick, I'll just kind of tell you about, I guess, my testimony. I grew up in a Christian home, have great family, great parents. We went to the Philippines, did a little missionary thing when I was in 4th and 5th grade. Had a real close walk, had a great church, had great Bible studies. And then I went to college to do everything on my own. And that was the problem, is I tried to do everything on my own, and I didn't lean on God when I went to college. And at first I was going to church and doing everything good, and then all of a sudden one decision goes bad, and then another decision, and the next thing you know, you're at church 2 times a month, and then next thing you know, you're not at church at all, and you just kind of depart from the walk that you know you should be on, and you start living in sin. And it's so easy to do because you don't have God in your life directing you where you need to go. And fortunately for me, I don't think I departed too far. I didn't get hooked on drugs, or didn't get put in jail or any of that kind of stuff. So that's a good thing. But the one thing that is a blessing, all the success I had, it also was not a curse, but it's when you're in line with God and you're having success, it all makes sense. But when you're kind of off the line, you're straying, and you're having success, you start thinking, man, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing good, because in Philippians 4:13 it says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And you get to the point where you start reading that verse, but you don't read all the way through. You start thinking, "I can do all things." And when you get to that point, it is definitely a dangerous place to be. And I have to thank the Lord for all the injuries I had in football, because that was kind of, I think, a way for Him to let me know that, I'm still in charge here, and I've given you all these great things, but you need me in your life. And I'm thankful to say that I'm closer back on track, and I don't think anyone in this room will ever be where they want to be, but it's always that the practice in the aiming towards that goal that is going to make us closer to God. And I'm thankful for that. And I want to do a little story about Daryl in shutting this thing down. In 1996, I was a freshman, redshirt freshman, and our team took 3rd in the country, so Kobe right over here, All-American. It was a great. We won the Pac-10 championships. We took 3rd in the nation, and Coach Pope got assistant coach of the year. Coach Kerr got head coach of the year. But we ran into some financial problems. He wasn't able to get paid even close to what he had made the year before, and he wasn't able to be our assistant coach anymore full time. So he ended up going, finishing up the schooling. He already had finished up, get this master's, started teaching at elementary school, 6th grade. But he would come in every day to practice at 4 o'clock and come and work out with me and beat the crap out of me, and that was okay. But he would come every day, and the next year came around, he was still teaching full time, but he'd come every day. And so I'm sitting here as a young man and this great coach keeps coming in here on his own time, taking time away from his family, and giving it to not only myself, but a lot of the upper weights in that room. And I remember we used to wrestle, and he just disappeared into the bathroom. And I'm like, what's going on? Where's this guy going? And so, weeks would go by, and this would happen. And finally, I'm like, I'm going to follow him in there and see what's going on. He's in there for like 5 or 10 minutes. And so I follow him in there, and he's in the bathroom, and he's throwing up. And I'm like, are you all right, Coach? What's going on? He's like, well, when I'm teaching, I have to eat a late lunch, and I can't keep it down during practice. And so I'm sitting here thinking, I feel sore and tired, and this guy's coming in every day to work with me, and he's throwing up to get back out there and help me to be a champion. And so when you have someone doing something like that for you, you don't want to let them down. You want to do whatever it takes to make them proud and to just, you show up every day because you got someone that you're counting on and someone that believes in you also. And to take that back to your walk with God, just think what Jesus did for each and every one of us. He died on the cross for all of us just so we can be saved forever. So His blood will redeem each and every one of us. So if you don't want to let down a coach, or you don't want to let down your parents, or you don't want to let down your wife, think how much you don't want to let down someone who gave his life for each and every one of us here to have eternal life. And so that's what I'd like to close on, and that's the one thing I've been thinking a lot about is, how many times have I let Him down? And we all do, because we're human, and we all have a problem with our flesh. But that's helped me to strive towards getting on track and really trying to be as perfect as I can be, and as Christ-like as I can be. And like I said, I'll never get there, but the more I push towards it, the closer I can get. And so I just would love for all of you to just try to strive to be as Christ-like as possible. We're not going to ever get there, but we can get pretty darn close. And I think that's, as long as we're not letting down Jesus and God, I think we'll be in a good place. And so thank you guys so much for letting me speak. God bless you.